What is up, guys? Welcome back to the show. It is your host, Daniel. You are watching Edenize, Stewards of Eden. Before we get into today's content, I do want to mention that I do have a Patreon where you can support me for as little as $1 per month, which keeps this channel going and hopefully supports any future charities that I plan on doing in the next 6 months to a year. The second way that you can support me is going to thewordwoven.com, where I have custom hoodies that I've designed where I've put scriptures on the back and custom designs along with those scriptures. These are 100% organic cotton, which means the cotton that's grown to then make the hoodie has never been sprayed with pesticides or insecticides. They're also 420 GSM, which means they are highly durable, highly heavy, and they will last you a very long time. The market rate for hoodies such as mine are around $200, but since I'm just doing this to support my channel, and also I really just want my hoodies to be a billboard for the Word of God, I'm only selling them for $50. I'm not making a killing off of these hoodies. My margins aren't that crazy or anything. It's borderline wholesale price is what I'm getting at. So if you want to support my show that way, get an extremely affordable but high quality hoodie, probably the best hoodie you will ever own. Go to thewordwoven.com or click the link in the bio. With that being said, today we are talking about an off-grid homestead. What are the benefits? Why do it? Why do I believe in doing it? So an off-the-grid homestead with a biodiverse garden offers many multitude of benefits, aligning with the principles of sustainability, health, and ecological harmony. From a Christian perspective, it reflects responsible stewardship of the earth. From an urbanist perspective and an ecological standpoint, it is a model for sustainable living that can inform our approach to urban design. So we can see that urbanism, Christianity, and ecology all coincide with an off-the-grid homestead. So here's the breakdown. Food security and health. A biodiverse garden provides a variety of nutrient-rich whole foods, ensuring a balanced diet. This aligns with the Blue Zones principle called plant slant, which, if you watch the last video, it simply means they found that when researching blue zones that 95 to 100% of these people's diets were plant-based. Not necessarily vegetarian, but all plant-based. And what's the difference? It means that last 5% is all meat, dairy, poultry, and fish. The other 95% of how these people were eating, it was all lentils, vegetables, and fruits. So that is the difference. Vegetarian just means that they're not eating meat. Plant-based literally just means they're eating only plants. So for these blue zones to be 95% plant-based is phenomenal. 2, growing your own food reduces reliance on industrial agriculture, which often involves pesticides, herbicides, and unethical land use and animal practices. And fresh and homegrown produce is typically more nutritious, and it just downright tastes better. It's just better for your quality of life. It really is. And there's a way to do a homestead that is low maintenance. A lot of people think that it's a lot of work. Don't get me wrong, it's hard work, but it doesn't have to be you are slaving over it. Many people have off-grid homesteads and full-time jobs and kids and a marriage. You can do it. It's possible. You just got to keep learning and be humble and continually get mentors, read books, watch YouTube videos, and be a part of the community. And you can learn how to do it too. So, environmental sustainability is the next point. Off-grid living minimizes reliance on fossil fuels, reducing your carbon footprint. Biodiverse gardens support pollinators and other beneficial insects, enhancing local ecosystems, which, depending on where you live, if it is natural for you to do so, you can even create a small amphibious pond. Often called vernal ponds, which vernal ponds are ponds that in the springtime they show up, and in the summertime, by the end of the summer and the fall, they're gone. They really are just ponds that are supposed to be there when it rains, and they sit there for about 10 days, and this gives a lot of animals time to you'd be shocked at how much life can be found in these ponds, these vernal ponds, or just like I said, amphibious ponds to be in general. Which we will be talking about swales in the future, because swales are actually extremely important for increasing the biodiversity and richness of your soil. Um, so yeah, with that being said, compost and natural fertilization methods enrich the soil, promoting long-term fertility. Rewilding can begin at the homestead as well by attracting native keystone species and providing corridors for other native species. A great example of this is one of my favorite podcasters of all time, Ben Goldsmith. I don't know if he'll ever watch my videos, but if he does, I would love to have him on the show. It is my goal to have Ben Goldsmith on this show. He is in the UK, and he has reintroduced beavers into his land, and what a rewilding project that has been. I personally have never seen pictures of his land, but every person who's been to his land says that it is stunningly beautiful the way that these beavers have just retaken and Mother Nature has healed. And so you can do that on a small scale. And the more people, the more people that do this on a small scale, the better. Next, reduce reliance on external systems. Generating your own energy and water provides greater self-sufficiency, which increases the resilience of the entire city. The more people that are self-sufficient, the more resilient and strong the town is. This resilience is particularly valuable in the face of climate change and other disruptions. Connection to nature. Homesteading fosters a deeper connection to the natural world. It anchors you and promotes mental health and physical well-being. There's also ways to reduce light pollution on your property, allowing for a greater understanding of the night sky and the natural world. And yeah, you can be a part of that dark sky movement. Next is economic benefit. Producing your own food and energy can significantly reduce living expenses. Surplus produce can be sold, providing additional income, or you can just give your food away. That's what my in-laws do. They used to have yields that would cover the entire table and every counter. We are talking baskets upon baskets of squash, zucchini, cucumber, pumpkin, tomatoes. They grew many varieties of tomatoes and carrots, and onions and garlic. Many things. Lettuce, rhubarb, all of these things. Cabbage. And it got to the point where they literally just started giving it away to their friends and families, which then promotes that way of living. People are going to start to want to do it for themselves, and also it's just a good deed. Giving someone some fresh, free, whole foods. So, yeah. With that being said, the next and last principle is supporting the blue zone principle. Natural movement required for homesteading fits the move naturally principle. You are going to be squatting. You are going to be carrying. You are going to be lifting. You are going to be holding and doing farmer walks and all of these things that are completely natural for your body to do, and your body wants to do them every single day. And having your own garden and just tending to it is a great way to enhance that move naturally principle, as well as you're going to start to find that even when you're not working on your garden, you're probably going to be out there bending down and inspecting things, even though you don't necessarily, the garden doesn't require you to be out there. You're going to find yourself going out there more often, and those little movements can compound and extend your life into that blue zone principle. And also, the work of sustaining a homestead can provide a strong sense of purpose, fitting the ikigai or purpose principle of blue zones. So, with that being said, there's many benefits, both economic, ecological, blue zones, light pollution, Christian benefits. There's many benefits to doing a homestead, and just becoming more self-sufficient. And so, yeah, with that being said, that is the end of this episode. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Daniel. You can support me at Patreon for as little as $1 a month at Daniel McCormick on Patreon. Or you can go to wordwoven.com and grab a dope hoodie. And like I said in the beginning of the show, the margins that I'm getting on this are not tremendous. In fact, I have no problem being transparent. For every $50 hoodie that's sold, I make $20, which I know that sounds like a lot, but it's really not when you consider the fact that most fashion companies are selling the hoodies that I'm selling for about $200. They're buying them for about $30 and then selling them for about $200. Also, I mean, gross, greedy Louis Vuitton companies, they are oftentimes getting bags for as little as $19 and then selling them to you for $4,000. So, with that being said, in the grand scheme of things, my margins are just enough to hopefully keep the channel going and hopefully support some charities that I want to do in the next 6 months to a year. With that being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.